Hello, it's Tim Estradal, and today I got some big news from Toyota to share with you. Yeah, Class 8 semi-big. Toyota has unveiled Beta. Beta is the second hydrogen fuel cell semi they have in operation now, and they're going to bring it to the ports and put it to work to improve air quality and to prove that hydrogen is a alternative fuel source for the ports. I was fortunate to go behind the scenes and watch them as they built this semi, and I'm going to share those thoughts with you next, so stay with us. Like I said in the introduction, I was very fortunate to go behind the scenes and talk to the engineers and mechanics as they worked on the semi. So Beta is going to join Alpha in the ports eventually in Los Angeles, Long Beach. There's a clean airs initiative there to improve the air quality and also to prove, and Toyota's trying to prove, that hydrogen is actually a good alternative fuel source, and it can happen today instead of being a pipe dream 20 years from now. And so Alpha, if you don't know, had 1,325 pound-feet of torque, 675 horsepower, could tow 80,000 pounds of cargo 200 miles. Beta improves on that. So Beta has the same kind of numbers, horsepower, and torque. However, they've changed the way the fuel stacks sit in the cab. And so they have the sleeper cab, and the fuel stacks kind of go back and forth like this in the cab, and that allows them to carry more hydrogen. And if you know how hydrogen works, it's a lot like gasoline. The more fuel you carry, the longer you can drive. And so that increased fuel stacks in the cab, the sleeper bed, allows them to get 300 miles of range versus 200 miles. That's a significant increase in range. And so Toyota's continuing to move forward and making Beta and making hydrogen fuel cell semis a real possibility. There's several keys that they learned when they developed this new semi. Is that, first of all, the platform they're using, the T660 from Kenworth, was discontinued. Well, I didn't know that. Toyota doesn't do a lot with semis. And so the new Beta rides in a new platform. There's also improvements, like I said, in the sleeper cab. And they've also dropped the weight by about 2,000 pounds. And they built it in 6 weeks. That's a big goal for them, is to make it faster and to build, learn some lessons from it, make it more efficient, and then that way they can sell the powertrain option to manufacturers who are looking to switch out for their trucks. You could even take an older semi and make some conversions and have this semi work for you. That's phenomenal. I mean, it's a lot better than swapping out old diesel engines. And so Toyota is moving forward with hydrogen in a fast pace. They're going to build the Tri-Gen, which is a new hydrogen fuel cell station in their port facility there. That's going to allow them to fuel up many semis at once as they keep increasing the supply of hydrogen, and they keep increasing the number of semis they're going to put in operation. And it's going to start driving the chicken and egg conversation. So if you've been a critic of hydrogen in the past, which most Americans have, they know it's a chicken and egg. You can't build much more semis unless you build more supply. Well, my theory has always been, and Toyota shares this theory, and I bought in, is that the commercial side of the business is really going to help drive supply, because commercial is going to use a lot more hydrogen than a consumer will. And so they're going to continue to build the port and build more fueling stations and continue to build more semis and really drive the supply. So that's what makes Beta so exciting, is it's a next step. It's another semi. It's another step in that direction to keep bringing hydrogen into the ports. And hydrogen makes a big difference. It doesn't emit any exhaust fumes besides water vapors. And there's some startling statistics I'm going to talk to you about on the press release. There are over 16,000 pollution-emitting trucks in Long Beach and Los Angeles. Now, those are typically diesel-powered, and if you watch the video above, you will see the Diesel Technology Forum answering my questions on the emissions. Those semis have gotten a lot more efficient. I'm not going to argue that point. They are a lot more efficient than they used to be, but they still emit pollution. The hydrogen fuel cell doesn't, and so it's a different application. And so they think the number is going to expand by 32,000 drayage trucks. These are short-haul semis that pick up cargo and they drop them out to distribution center by 2030. And then they think there's going to be more than 43,000 drayage trucks in operation at ports across the United States. So we're talking just the ports of Los Angeles, Port Long Beach. Those are the major ports in the United States. But there's also ports in New York. There's ports in Seattle. There's ports in Florida. There's ports along the East Coast, West Coast. And so you can take whatever lessons you learned at this port and really expand across the country. And so they're working on, like I said, they're working on increasing the efficiency. They're working on expanding range or making these semis more of an option. and it's almost becoming a battle in the ports. So you have Daimler that's taking electric semi down there. You have the diesel technology forum trying to make their diesel more efficient, and now you have Toyota weighing in with a hydrogen fuel cell. So very exciting news from Toyota. Very exciting to see the fuel cell semi take one more step forward, and I'm going to be really curious to see how this moves forward and how Toyota makes future announcements as the years go by. I would not be surprised in the next 3 to 5 years that there could be a major announcement from Toyota that they're selling these powertrains to semi truck companies, and that there's even more increase in infrastructure for hydrogen fuels. So hey, for more Pickup Truck Plus SUV news, make sure you check us out on pickuptrucktalk.com. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. It's the only way to make money. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest, and we'll see you down the road.